What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Trick 10s. This is part 3 of my Stratos 486 SF personal family boat build. Actually, it's my wife's boat. The thing is gonna look sick. I had it all cleaned up. It was ready to pull in the garage and start doing some electrical and stuff on. Then I ended up going out of town. It sat outside for another 2 weeks and it got dirty again. So yesterday, my son pressure washed it for me, got it cleaned up pretty good. The outside of this, it's just dry. It needs to be waxed. I'm actually definitely gonna get the boat wrapped, but before I do that, I'm gonna try to polish this whole thing up and get it shining real good, especially up around the top and the interior walls of the boat. Let's get to work. All right, guys, so I got the boat cleaned up and polished pretty good on the outside. I still have to do the entire interior and up on top of this rail. It's a lot of work. I had my daughter helping me. She was killing it, but it's not fun at all. And I've got some crud up over here on the side around that speaker, which is, the speaker's obviously going, but all that stuff up there around it, I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna have to take like a plastic scraper or something and try to get that off of there. I really wanna clean the inside of this thing up and be done with that portion of it before I start putting anything else inside of the boat. So I brought the boat around to put it in the garage. I cleaned my garage out, I was ready to start working on this thing, and unfortunately, it doesn't fit in my garage. So I'm gonna have to alter this trailer. I was gonna let it slide, but it's not an option anymore. So I'm gonna show you what I plan on doing. Obviously, this bunk board, it's way too long. So I was gonna have to cut that off anyways. Right now it's 10 foot. I figured if I cut it at 9 foot and I slide it all the way up to where this bracket right here starts, I can have it dead in, maybe a ½ inch behind that. Then it will run up and it will stick about 30 inches farther than the front attachment for the bracket. That will put the boat sitting on about 24 inches of it. Maybe about 6 inches will just be hanging off of it. But by doing that, it allows me to bring the back of this transom right here forward about a foot. That will help me big time. I'm hoping it will be enough because the boat was literally about 12 or 14 inches too big and I might be able to squeeze it in there. If not, my other option, let me show you. Up here in the front, it's got a pretty good tongue on it. Now moving that back up is going to entail me moving this bracket right here. It's gonna have to move up the foot that I'm gaining off the back if I want the boat to come forward. So I'm gonna take these 4 bolts off right here, and I'm gonna move this U-bracket up underneath the front of this tongue right here. This one is basically gonna be sitting where this one is at right now. Once I push that forward, I'm also gonna be dropping it down because I'm tall as crap and I need as much headroom as possible in the garage. I'm still not gonna be able to stand up, but if I'm gonna alter this trailer, I'm gonna do it right the first time. So the way it's sitting right now, these bunks are actually sloped on an angle upward, so the whole boat is sitting on an angle, which doesn't bother me, but I want to have as much headroom, so I'm going to change that. The back's about 2 inches. The front is 3 inches of space from the cross member to the bottom of the bunk itself. So what I'm going to do is drop them both all the way down so they're right on the metal cross member. I'm going to put new bolts in them. I got new stainless hardware for that. But when I do that, it's gonna throw a wrench into this measurement right here because this is as low as this bracket can go. So what I'm gonna have to do is drill another hole here and put this bolt down lower and cut off the top part of this metal bracket right here. Because I need this to come down about 3 inches, which is what the whole boat is gonna come down. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm gonna try to do that as fast as possible so I can get this thing in the garage because I already have all the turf for the thing. I have the seats, I've got the side panels. The guy literally came here tonight from AG Wraps and he's the one who designed the wrap that's on King Neptune and he killed it. So I'm really excited about this build. The entire wrap job is just gonna be, you know, top notch. I already know it is. It's getting wrapped by AG Wraps. If you're local to me, you gotta check them out. They do killer work and it's affordable. But I'm gonna do what I can with this. I gotta get started because I gotta get this thing in the garage. I gotta do something quick because I really don't want to pay any more fines. My budget on this boat is already being pushed to the limits. So I'm gonna get back to work. All right guys, so I got a plan for how I'm gonna alter this trailer. I got all my tools together. I'm gonna have to take this thing back to the water. I'm gonna have to dump the boat in the water at the boat ramp and tie it off, and I'm gonna have to work on this trailer in the parking lot. That's my only option. I could bring it home, but I don't really feel comfortable leaving my boat there. Plus, all my tools are pretty much battery operated, so it won't be a big deal. Before I do that, I'm gonna show you some of the new products I have for this boat though. They're pretty sick. All right, so you guys remember these seats from episode 1? Yeah, they're trash. They were probably sweet when they were original, but not anymore. They're ugly as crap, they're dirty. I'm not using these seats. I got new seats. I'm gonna show you those. But this was the original captain's chair. We had 2 of these, the passenger and driver side. Then we have 2 of these jump seats. And we also had a bench seat that was in between those, but I trashed that already. But you can see these things, they're just gone. I mean, I'm gonna put these out on the trash. I'm gonna set them out on the street. Somebody's gonna take these. Look at what I've got though. These seats are sick. These are the same exact seats that I used in the Lunkers Trick 10s build. The only difference is this light gray color right here was black in Rob's boat. Originally I was gonna go with the black, but I decided that it's gonna be pretty hot if it's sitting in the sun all day, and my wife and kids are in this boat, and we do a lot of beaching the boat out at Lake Gaston, so I don't want it to be burning my kids. Look at this side panel though. This is the piece I got upholstered by my neighbor. I traded the work on that low roughneck for these. This is just one small piece. I also have 5 other pieces. I mean, he did a killer job. And he used the original backing piece for this. He just cleaned it up, so I know it's gonna fit in there perfectly. I'm gonna show you some of the clips that he sent me of when he was actually doing this work. Wow, I am just blown away at the quality of this custom upholstery that I got. My neighbor, Josh Salton, I mean, he killed this. This looks so good. His company is called Saltons Upholstery. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. But these big panels right here, they basically go on either side where the captain's chairs go, and they had a pocket in them right here. And that pocket was just dirty as crap. It was full of leaves and stuff. It's just gonna be a catch-all. I don't really need that. So I opted out of the pocket. I think it looks way better just being one solid piece. It'll be a whole lot easier just to wipe it down and clean it. So that's the way I decided to lay this thing out, and I am so glad that he did these for me. It's gonna look so much more elegant with these pieces in there instead of just putting turf on the side walls. I'm hyped about these. All right, so my buddy Dave over at Intrepid Powder Coating hit me up. Let me know that all the lids are done for the boat. We're gonna go pick them up. He does killer work. Any of my products, my graph bridges, any of my hatch door, anything I have that gets powder coated is getting powder coated at Intrepid Powder Coating. The man can do some crazy cool stuff. I mean, you just saw those neon green Guggen hatch and graph bridge that he made for me. He does all kinds of crazy colors. So if y'all are interested in getting some powder coating done, make sure you go check him out. I'll leave the link in the description. I don't even know what color he did these lids. I sent over one of my employees to drop them off with a piece of the turf sample we're gonna be using, and I told him just to use something that looks good. So we'll be there in a few minutes. We'll see what he's done. All right, so my buddy Dave wasn't here. I did pick up all the hatch doors and they look really good. Unfortunately, 2 of the damn doors were actually fiberglass. I didn't even realize it. They were heavy. They felt like aluminum. So he hit them with a sandblaster and tore a little corner off of it. I'm probably just going to remake them out of aluminum and bring them back to him. But let me show you what we got. All right, so obviously I'm at home right now. Dave wasn't at the shop and his guys were busy. It was loud in there and I didn't feel comfortable bringing the big camera in there and filming a bunch of stuff without him being there. But I am gonna go back and I'm gonna take the 2 hatches that I'm gonna remake that were fiberglass. I'm gonna make them out of aluminum. I'm gonna take them back and get him to powder coat them. And when I do, hopefully I can get some footage of that and show you all some of the cool products that they got. I did highlight some of the stuff that was in their waiting room and just some of the jobs they've recently done. But I'm telling you, these guys do killer work. I'm gonna leave a link in the description to their Instagram page. Go check them out. Definitely worth a follow. But look at these parts. This hatch right here, this is the big one that goes in the back across the transom, basically covers the gas tank. That thing is huge. It's almost like 6 feet long. This one right here, it goes in the floor. This is gonna be my rod locker. It was like a ski locker, I guess, originally, but I'm gonna convert it into a rod locker. I'm gonna put like a false floor in there. We're gonna get to that shortly. But these 2 hatches right here go up in the bow on either side. We've got these 2 smaller hatches. These go on either side of the live well. The fiberglass hatches were the 2 that open like a French doors in front of the live well, and those are the ones I'm gonna remake. This piece right here, this is actually like a 3-bank battery holder. It can hold 3 full-size batteries. This goes underneath of this big hatch right here in the back, right behind the gas tank. So you can hold 3 full-size batteries in there. And I'm so happy that I got him to powder coat these things because it would have taken me hours to clean these up and paint them. And the paint that's on here now is gonna look so much better than anything I could do. I'm very hyped about these. These things are gonna be so sick once I get them installed. And it's kind of giving away my colorway. So I'm gonna give you all some little insight on the turf now. All right, so obviously you've seen my colors. The seats are charcoal and gray and the hatches are like a dark blue color. Originally, when I picked the seat color with the charcoal and gray, I wanted to go with the snow camo, which is a HydroTurf color. And it looks sick. I mean, I haven't installed this on a boat and I wanted to do it on my personal boat. I mean, this brushed finish right here on this sample piece, it looks amazing. It feels like it's heavy duty, but the truth is I ordered these sheets. I had 6 sheets got delivered to me of the snow camo and they didn't come with a 3M backing. They were supposed to have 3M backing. So that right there gave me ability to negotiate with them. And HydroTurf does not like to negotiate at all. All sales are final with HydroTurf, unfortunately. But just the quality, like this sample piece was hands down way more superior than the sheets that I actually got. I mean, the sheets felt like they were a lot more pliable and bendable, and even without the 3M backing, like I could tell a major difference between the sample and the actual product that I received. The product that I received is more of like a personal watercraft product. It's made for like a paddleboard or a jet ski. It's a lot softer. It's not a boat flooring. And I was worried about it because it literally felt like a rag. Like it would soak up anything that I spilt on it. And this boat is going to be primarily used at Lake Gaston. There's a lot of red clay in the water and it stains your trunks if they're white. It will stain this. Like I had a bad feeling about this turf as soon as I first saw it and touched it. Anyways, so this HydroTurf, I just could not put it in the boat. So I returned that. And this is our new colorway. This is a blue, black, and white swirl from Orthodeck, brush finish, 6 mil. I have not received it yet. So I'm still waiting on this. It should be here this week. But this is gonna be sick. It matches the doors very well. And I think that with the black into the blue with a little bit of grayish look to it and the white, it's actually probably gonna match these seats pretty good. I'm gonna do the entire floor and anything that is on the horizontal of the boat and possibly some of the verticals down from the front deck and the back deck in this turf. I have 6 sheets of these turfs coming. Now this turf is, I think it's like 80 by 48 or 46 inches, something like that. So it should be enough to cover this entire boat. You know me, I'm gonna cover any and everything I can with this turf. It's gonna look sick. Let me show you some of the other stuff we got laid out for this boat. All right, so here you go. This is the whole boat laid out in my garage. These are our 2 captain's chairs. These things are sick. Right behind that, we've got our 2 jumper seats and our center bench seat. It's exactly how they're going to be laid out in the boat. These things are going to look so good in there. Right behind that, we've got all our custom upholstered pieces. They're very close to the same grade that's in these seats. And then we've got all of our powder coated hatch doors. Next to that, we've got a cover from Sealskin Covers. I have not used them before, but I will be doing an unboxing and giving you all my personal opinion on these covers. They had good reviews, and I'm interested to see how well that works because I need a good cover for this boat. It is going to be kept outside. Now, obviously, I'm putting a lot of money into this thing, so it's got to be covered. I got to get this trailer altered so that I can get all these parts in there. The only thing I'm missing right now are all my electronics, which I've been talking to SB about, trying to get a hookup from English Choice, see if they want to sponsor me partially or something, because they're going to be expensive. I'm trying to put some bigger graphs in here, and I need a trolling motor, and I hope that the budget can allow for it. This turf is going to be sick. This colorway is going to match this stuff beautifully. Can't wait to get it in there. Plus, the wrap job is going to be incorporating a lot of these colors. I need to name this boat. My wife has some ideas. We're trying to come up with something. And if you guys have any ideas that match this colorway, obviously I have King Neptune, so I'm thinking about sticking with the Greek mythology or Roman mythology, but I'm open to all ideas. So let me know what you guys think about that. I am so hyped about all these parts going in here though. It's going to be one crazy Stratos when it's all said and done. Alright, so obviously I got a lot of cool products that are going into this build. I mean, this Stratos is going to be probably the baddest Stratos you've ever seen. I mean, I'm putting a lot of time and effort and money into this thing. Technically, it's not that much money because I have a $5,000 budget. And right now, I'm about $2,700 into that budget, which is crazy because I have a lot of stuff already. But I have a lot of stuff to buy. The electronics package is what's really going to set it off. I already have a 106 and a 73 SV Garmin Echo Maps. Planning on putting the 73 at the console, just like in my tracker, and 106 in the front. But I really want to have another 106 so I can have a dual graph bridge, and I want to have a Panoptic system. And the trolling motor, it's got to go. I'm looking at getting a new Garmin trolling motor. I'm hoping that I can get hooked up on some of those and fit those into my budget, and we'll see what happens. But this is probably going to be the most expensive boat that I own. I did sell my Hydrosport. I picked up another ocean boat. It's a pretty good sized boat. It's a cuddy cabin. It's going to be a sick build with a T-top and controls and stuff. But this boat is going to probably, it's going to be pushing it. Against my tracker, I mean, the tracker I have is sick. It's a 190, it's a 2015. I have not even laid hands on the actual build itself as far as tricking it out. The only thing I've done is upgrade the electronics on it. I fish that boat religiously. It is perfect for what I do. Plus it's an aluminum boat, so it's right up my alley with the Trick 10. That thing is going to be getting remodeled here shortly. But I am super hyped about everything that's going into this boat. I cannot wait until it's done. I mean, today is Thursday, September 1st. I got a lot of stuff going on this month. I got my daughter's birthday, then my wife's birthday, and my birthday at the end of the month. The kids start school in a couple of days. So this weekend, I'm going to head out of town with them. We're going out to the Outer Banks. We're going to try to do some fishing, hanging out, spend a couple of days away from all of this and work and YouTube and everything, just to have a couple of days with the family to spend some quality time before they get back into the routine of school. So I appreciate you guys watching. And if you guys have any ideas on names for the boat or just anything in general about what I'm doing or, you know, comments, I appreciate them. So hit that like, subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. It's time for me to get back to work.